Fucking hell, it's dark in here. What kind of fucking cabin doesn't have a porthole, for Christ's sake? What the fuck was that? Who the fuck let a cat in here? Where is the light switch, for crying out loud? Oh well, any port in a storm.
Lee, are you in there?
Fuck off, Snare, I'm on the vinegar stroke.
Hi guys, welcome to another video from Overbite Gaming. I'm the majestic Snare, and this demented bald guy is someone else.
Possibly a space alien.
Yeah, that's Lee. I'm Snare, and today we're going to be talking about Man of Medan, part of the Dark Pictures anthology.
Yes, give it this full title. The Dark Pictures Anthology. Man of Medan.
Medan.
Pedant.
Yeah, so today's video is all about the game that follows. Well, the guys previously did Until Dawn on the PS4.
That'd be Supermassive Games, dude.
Yeah, they're not really that supermassive though, are they? Let's be honest.
It's very 90s.
Well, it's actually a good song by Muse, Supermassive Black Hole.
Just sounds like a large woman of colour.
Away from any racial connotations that might have been given on the video, today we're talking about Man of Medan, and it's a... God, how do you fucking actually describe this? It's a horror game.
It's a horror game done
with choices.
Very much in the same storytelling style that Until Dawn, the Quantic Dream games have done in the past, that sort of thing.
So you're playing as multiple characters, you're going through a story of weirdness, and it's kind of lots of quick time events and following a story, making choices, and if you can survive or not is kind of how the game will take you along. I'll say off the bat, it's actually quite enjoyable when you get into it.
Yeah, for me it was certainly one of those games that when I was playing it I was fine with it, but like the prospect of playing it wasn't as attractive.
No, I mean it had some problems actually functioning on our PCs as well.
Yes, it did. I was getting, it would be fine. I'd start a new game, play the game. When I come back and try to load it, I get a black screen. I'd have to tinker with the graphics settings. Then it would load. It'd be fine. Then I'd go away again. I'd come back, black screen, tinker with the graphics settings.
Yeah, I had a huge problem actually running it until Lee found the solution of just running it in a borderless window and not running it full screen. I still to this day don't understand why that causes a problem.
No,
because surely the full screen means it's kind of dedicated rather than, I don't know. Anyway, it does cause a problem until you kind of twiddle around with settings, and this game has been out since the end of August, so it's not exactly like breaking news review. We're not exactly a channel that gets games early,
and it has been patched several times since then. So,
but I think for the price that you actually pay for it,
I think it's like £20-25.
Yeah,
like
and it is part of a sequence of games, which leads me to believe that there's going to be others.
Yeah, there is a trailer for the next one at the end of the game called Last Hope, which looks like it could be a bit Blair Witchy, and that's due next year.
And so it's kind of, it's good to not have a AAA price on a game that's going to actually be part of like a trilogy. Even though the games are spread out across years, it would feel a bit cheap to me. Well, actually the opposite.
Yeah, not cheap.
A cheap shot, but yeah.
Well, it's nice that they have a realistic expectation that they know they're doing a serialized content, although they will be standalone games. It's not like there's an empty episode slot on the menu or anything like that. Yeah. But they're also aware that it's like maybe a 6-hour game. I mean, you do have some replayability to go back through and try and save more people. I know Snare lost one person that he was very pissed off about because it was the one he wanted to shag.
Not wanted to shag, just it was the character I liked the most.
Oh, sorry. If he didn't have a girlfriend, the one he would want to shag.
There's not even that.
Oh, okay.
No. I found them one of the most interesting characters that had the most mystique around them because they were the most unknown. And I just died by a spanner. So, well, not I died, but they died because I missed the QuickTime event. So I'm used to a PlayStation controller. So it said X on screen. I'm using an Xbox controller, and it's in the wrong fucking place.
When was the last time you used your fucking PlayStation?
ages ago.
Exactly, you should be used to that.
I have 4 PlayStation consoles. I don't have any Xbox. I only got the one Xbox controller.
Yeah, but you use it all the time on your PC.
No, I use keyboard and mouse. I have a PC, Lee. You should be doing the same.
Only for some games.
So, yeah, I mean, the thing is, when you play a game like this, I think it's really important that you play it as it comes. And I'm not one of those people that goes back to change the events, especially with a game that is unknown as consequences sort of draw themselves out. Because the experience you'll get will be different from the person sat next to you. Won't they, Lee?
Yes, in fact, Snare was describing a sequence in the game that annoyed him, and I never saw it.
So I am just better because I have different experiences.
Although I have restarted the game a couple of times, once for that issue and once because I was playing with my girlfriend, and the opening is slightly different as well.
Oh, really?
So there's a point where a soldier is confronted by a ghostly child, and in one he just comes at you, and another one he's like in a cupboard. So, okay. I don't know how much of a different experience I will get if I go back through and replay the entire game again.
I think I had in the cupboard.
Yeah, in the footage I've captured, actually, he's just like, he just appears in front of you and walks towards you with a knife.
So, yeah, maybe it's a deeper game than we first expect, but certainly it doesn't mean when you buy a game it has to last 30 hours. It should be all about the experience and what's involved in the game. And I think for a 6-hour title, it does a good job. You had problems with the jump scares after a while.
Yeah, it wasn't. They just basically, it's a game full of jump scares. If you don't like jump scares, you stay away from this game. And the problem with the jump scares is you become so used to them because there's so many of them, and they're all accompanied by this sort of screeching metal sort of sound bite. It just stops scaring you. And there's like we were talking about earlier. We were talking about you see like ghostly things out of the corner of your eyes. You walk by them, there's like a figure in the background, and then it's gone. And because that happens so often, you're just like, oh look, dead soldier guy.
But I mean, there's a number of elements about this game that I really liked. I don't like the control method because it's got that old school Resident Evil camera change stuff.
Yeah,
that pisses me off because you're walking with your directional stick left, and then the camera will change, but it will continue to walk in that direction even though that's now up. And if you decide to change route, then they'll do this little shimmy, and it just kind of snaps you out of it because they're made to move very naturally, aren't they?
Yeah, but it also means they have like weight to their movement. So if you like turn, then they sort of just do this sort of starter step sort of thing, and it just looks like they're extremely confused and unable to control their legs.
They do get stuck on doorways a fair bit as well. But I mean, when you're interrogating and investigating objects, that's quite annoying in control method as well because you'll click on something and you'll pick it up.
Well, you won't pick it up.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
You'll get a button prompt to then pick it up.
If it was the microphone in front of us, it'd be push the button and then push the button and then you'd actually grab it.
That someone's going to GIF that.
For you. Yeah, so it's kind of annoying in the sense that you would have a number of button presses to pick up something when that's the only option you're going to be doing when you go and have a look at something. And I have to say, a very small amount of things are worth looking at.
Yeah, it just fills up like the secrets panel and it sort of develops some of the backstory. Because for those of you who don't know, the Man of Medan is an actual real thing. It's the name of a ship that was found with all souls on board missing. So, and there's been a number of theories, and one of the theories this game actually decides to go with. Yeah. So for me, as soon as I realised which one that was, I was kind of like, oh, I know exactly what's going on now. Kind of ruined it a little bit.
Whereas I'm not familiar with the myth, and he saved me from that, so it's fine. So yeah, I can still enjoy. I can still enjoy the game.
Well, I enjoy the game, but because you know what's going on, it makes certain decisions a lot easier.
Mm-hmm.
There's instances where like the crew's lives are on the line, but you're like, well, I know exactly what's going on, so I just won't do this thing.
Well done on not spoiling the game.
I had to work there.
yeah, I have to work for your free bag of chips. So I think on the whole you're going to have a good time in this game if it's a game. If you liked Until Dawn, that style of gameplay, very very similar, and I think you'll probably enjoy it if you'd like a jump scare.
Yeah, one thing that was slightly weird to me is one of the characters, Julia. I mean, most of the characters look like their real life counterparts. There's a few obvious exceptions. But Julia looks like what's her face, Captain Marvel, Brie Larson, and I don't know why. I mean, she's the spit of her. She literally
Well,
is.
maybe that's the reason. So they didn't
Maybe they started the game before Captain Marvel came out, and, and then went, "Well, fuck it, we've done it now." I mean, she does not look like the actress who plays her, and I'm just like a little bit. Well, that's kind of weird. You just take off the appearance of another actress.
I mean, the whole dynamic of the game. I mean, as it starts, not to give anything away of the actual game itself, but you start off as this group of kind of like 3 or 4 people, and you go on a dive out in the ocean on a wreck, and then you end up seeing some activities that happen after that then push the game along. So you have these central kind of 4 characters and a narrator.
Yes, who is voiced by the magnificent Pip Torrens, who is the best thing about the Preacher TV show.
I will for once agree with you on that. But this kind of core group of 4 people, you know, you're involved in either keeping these guys alive or getting rid of them. I've lost one of the ones I wanted to explore more about, and you got rid of
one.
and you got rid of one that was an absolute arsehole.
Yeah, arguably the face of the game as well.
Iceman.
Iceman, yes. Sean Ashmore. There you go.
He seems to only do these games because wasn't he in Until Dawn as well?
No, he wasn't. He was in Break.
Quantum
Break.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was shite. Had a little finger in it as well, didn't it? From Game of Thrones.
Yes, it did, yeah.
Trying to do a different accent. Didn't work. Anyway, back to the game. So I think you'll probably enjoy it if you're that kind of way inclined to look after multiple characters, see the consequences, and compare it with your friends. But to be honest, I'd only give it a 6 out of 10. No, maybe a 7.
Yeah,
7. Yeah, 7.
For those of you that have seen my multiple reviews, no one will be surprised that I would also agree at a 7, because I always give a 7.
Yeah, we don't copy Ranton, but he does do 7s quite a lot too. I think it's the kind of the median mark. The game is good, but it has a few kind of non-perfect bits about it, and it's not gripping enough to bring you back to the game where you stopped playing it. And after I lost my character with a spanner to the face, I felt a bit hard done by, because I was like, oh.
Can't shag that now.
So it's kind of like it's middle of the road, but a good middle of the road. But it's not quite that next level 8, 9, or 10. It's really not there.
Yeah, I think it's perfectly serviceable for what it's trying to do. I do think they're going to have to mix up the scares a bit more. And really sort of... I mean, it's an atmospheric game, but every time they do that jump scare, you just become more a nerd to it.
Yeah.
So hopefully with the next one, which I probably will pick up because it's reasonably priced, give you 7 hours entertainment, and you know it's kind of something I'm interested in. But hopefully they would have mixed up the formula a bit, gotten the technical bugs out of the way. It is set up nicely with Pip Torrens as the narrator and him in his library with all his books, so you do multiple stories with that framing device.
And that whole mechanic of the narrator is quite fun too.
Yeah.
The whole way that he'll actually tell you how well you've done.
Yeah, it's very similar to the psychologist in Until Dawn.
Yes.
Yes,
it's exactly the same. In fact,
yes,
isn't it?
it was. Who was it? Peter Stormare played him in that.
It's a nice mechanic because it kind of allows you to have that analysis as a game mechanic, but make it feel immersed in the actual game itself.
Yeah, he's not quite as in depth as the psychologist, because the psychologist would ask you like,
why did you do that?
Pointed questions about what frightens you, and then you'll be like, oh, okay, that's going to be in the game now.
Yeah, that was a bit obvious, but certainly I think the kind of interaction with the narrator is quite an interesting point. So yeah, good. It's good. It's still only a 7, but it's good.
It's also lovely to have a game like this on PC, and because we originally reviewed Until Dawn and it was fine, and I went back to try and play it recently, and the frame rate is shocking on it. It's just, I couldn't play it. I had to put it down because it was just terrible. It must be like 20, something like that. It's awful. But now we're actually getting sort of games of this ilk on PC, like we're getting Beyond Two Souls and Fahrenheit and Detroit are out on PC via the Epic Store now. And I've actually got Beyond Two Souls, and it's a much nicer experience with a higher frame rate. Who would have thunk it?
Yeah, maybe I'll get back involved in that game, because that was one of the most mysterious of the Quantic Dream games.
You just want to see her in the shower again.
No, I think the whole presence of you playing as a ghost, it's pretty good.
Yeah, when we first played that game, we both came out of it just a touch in love with her, and then she immediately turns gay, which happens with every
She did
woman.
not turn gay.
Well, okay, came out as gay.
There we go.
There we go.
I'm pretty sure she must have come out much earlier than that anyway.
No, she probably heard I was attracted to her and then went, "Yep, I'm gay." That's what tends to happen.
Yes, of course. The high-flying Hollywood celebrity has decided to go gay because you found her attractive.
Come out as gay.
I'm reporting on what you said.
Well,
Are you
stranger things have happened.
you will have the power to turn Hollywood celebrities gay.
I have the power to turn anybody gay, but not the men.
Oh, this channel is dying, isn't it? I mean, this commentary is just dead.
Oh,
Let us know what you think down below, whether you think Lee has the power or not.
He-Man.
Oh God, shoot me in the face now. Yeah, so that's our review of Man and Medan. I don't know if there's anything else you wanted to mention about it.
There is actually a very good documentary that comes on it as well. About I think it's about the sort of serial horror sort of stuff. It's well worth a look if you're interested in that sort of thing, and it unlocks pretty early into the game. So it's well worth buying just for that, really.
If I remember correctly, Until Dawn had a similar thing too.
Yeah, that had a number of
Like behind the
featurettes,
scenes
mainly
stuff.
of like how the hell they got Hayden Panettiere when she was at the height of her power.
Fame. She doesn't actually have powers.
Yes, she does. She can't be killed. I saw it.
Anyway, we have videos out every Wednesday and Saturday, and please don't forget to like and subscribe, because it helps us out a great deal.
And also, if you do subscribe, ring the bell and you get some notifications pop up on your mobile device of choice.
Ding ding. Not that it really matters anymore because YouTube seems to hate everyone that makes their own content.
Yes. Yes, they do.
Small violin time. Yes, guys, thanks for watching and take care of yourselves.
Take it easy, guys.
Bye.